welcome to the next edition of Watch Me Suck at Mini Golf. We were going to end this like we usually do at the company outing, but due to the pandemic, the company outing is not a thing. So with that being said, we started very local. We're going to end very local. We're going to do the 18-hole golf course here, mini golf course here at Lakeview driving range, which is right over where they're walking past, right over there. And of course they have the putting range. And of course, it used to be across the street from Whalom Park. As you can see, there's the roller coaster. And next to it is the ballroom. And if you really want to pull up some dead attractions, there's the Pirate's Den. So, let's go inside and get situated and play some mini golf. Alright, this time I remembered to do it. So here we are. It is 18 holes, 43 par. Let's see if we can do this. Angle isn't right. No groups, don't care. 6-stroke limit per hole. Everyone, don't care. Replace ball to bounds where it went. 1-stroke penalty. Water and sand traps, a 1-stroke penalty. Ball against a rail or obstacle can be moved 1 club head length. See, their specific club head. Where we normally end the season, they say club, and I wound up erasing my record at that point, which I broke anyway. Anyone, don't care. No alcoholic beverages. No fun. So they took all the flags out. So we're just assuming this is hole 1, and it is a par 2. We start here, and we got the berm over here. There's a thin left and a wide right, I'm trying to say. Otherwise, it's fairly flat to the hole.
Wrapping up the 2020 season of Watch Me Suck at Mini Golf. There it goes, off the wall, off the other wall, pretty far to the hole. This is a long way towards par.
Yeah.
Getting ready for the shot. And there it goes, towards the hole, and ooh, just right by it. This is for bogey. There's the putt, right at the hole. Ooh, it didn't go in.
That was interesting. If you wonder what that talking was about, the owner, or the guy working here, thought it'd be a good idea to let a family go ahead of me, when in fact there's a much slower group ahead of them, and we're all going to be slow anyway, and I would outpace them to begin with. Whatever. Let's enjoy the day, right? Beautiful 80-degree day. Little windy. Hole 2, par 2. Go down the straight. This is a new thing, a rock with a hole in it. Is this even a real rock? Nope. It's not real, but pretty convincing. I mean, I had to knock on it to be sure. But if you go between the rock where the hole is, then you can hit this hole. But be careful of the rough.
It was a very rough start. Here's the first shot. Down the middle, past the rock, and into the rough. Oh no. No penalties for hitting the rough. There goes the ball, and ooh, back down the hill. Going for bogey, trying to get up that hill, and failed again. It's out of the rough now. Try to get over the hill, and finally, oh, in and out.
Hole 3. I believe it's also a par 2. This place is hard. I'm doing horrendously bad. No, it's a par 3, and this is going to be proof that they're trying to kick you while you're down. It seems so simple. You go up the hill. There's a hill right here. Oh, and I just found another hill right here. Alley-oop here. Alley-oop here. To the hole. But if you overshoot, your ball goes into this colored drink. Blue dye. And there's a rock formation right there to stop the ball. 1-stroke penalty if that happens, overshooting this hole.
Staring down the 2 hills. There's a shot. Over one. Over the other. Slightly to the right. Good chance at a birdie. This is for the birdie. And got it.
Before I continue, I actually did get a question, which I'm surprised I got. But, you know, sometimes it's worth asking, and you never know what the answer will be. People ask, why do I leave the putter lying there with the ball? 2 reasons. 1, I'm holding a camera. And 2, if there's any chance that the wind, in this case somewhat brisk, or if there's a slight imperfection in the carpet or the terrain, it keeps the ball from rolling away. And now this is interesting. This is another par 3, and this is hole 4. We start at a 90-degree angle, which is kind of weird. We got a hill right there, which might be the way you want to go is behind it, because you could risk it going here, but you could go down this hill and wind up in 1-stroke penalty land over there. And then there's another hill there. Boy, this is a brutal place. Anyway, now you know why it's a par 3 to get to this hole.
First shot with a very narrow corridor to shoot in. There it goes, around the water, past the hole, and very close. Set up beautifully for a birdie, and gets it.
Alright, my assumption here is the way these 90-degree angles are is this is where you're supposed to start perpendicular to where the path ends. So this is hole number 5, and it is a par 2. Seems simple enough, but again, place proving that it's quite brutal in spite of having beautiful scenery like this. So we start here, and it seems fairly straight. We got a fairly steep, long hill here to get to the hole, but you don't want to overshoot because it could go either up the hill and back down, or if you really overshoot, it goes up the hill into the drink for an automatic single-stroke penalty.
First shot, looking at the big hill. There it goes, and ooh, just barely makes it over the hill. Going for par, and there's the shot, and off the side, and rolling back, but not over the hill. This is for bogey, and bogey we shall have.
Hole 6, par 2, there's the ball. Wow, they really don't let up here. It's just funny that the par 3s, I'm the one that I'm getting the 1-unders, the birdies. Anyway, we start here, and again, another fake rock. In fact, these things are ridiculously light. That is probably like a 10-pound rock. I lifted it up, but I put it back exactly where it was. It's exactly where it was. You could go to the left, but you got a banking to hug Mr. Fake Rock. And you got the clear over here. The only thing that gives it away are these cement patches. I mean, that's convincing. So, you go around the rock either way to the hole, but yet again, if you hit it too hard, big downhill and the 1-stroke penalty sand trap.
First shot, seemingly to the right, but goes left, around the banking, and past the hole, and down the hill, into the bunker. 1-stroke penalty. Due to the penalty, we're already staring at a bogey here, up the hill and just past the hole. For double bogey, There's the tap and too weak. Triple.
He had to give me a green ball, didn't he? Oh well. Makes it really hard to frame up in shadows. Hole 7, par 2. The double whammy, because hole 8 involves this double whammy. Anyway, you go straight here. It is a fairly straight shot. Although you're riding the lightning, as they say in bowling, if you take the most direct route to this hole. Because once again, another ugly one-stroke penalty lies.
First shot. Again, pretty ugly direct hit. We go wide left and not all that far from the hole. Going for par. Here's the shot. Ooh, in and out. That was hit way too hard. And here it is for a bogey.
Hole number 8, par 2, with a stipulation. It's a mirrored thing. Either way, left or right. There's an embankment that way and that way respectively. The only thing that's not even is there's more of a one-stroke penalty chance on the right because the left is nice and straight, disposed lightly. You don't want to overshoot because then you wind up under the tree trying to get to the hole. But they want us to be on the right because we'll zoom in on it as this thing swivels. There seems to be an underground bee's nest on the left side, so we got to play right.
First shot. Over to the right. Bouncing off the wall. Set up real nicely for a par. This is for par. And in it goes.
Hole number 9, par 2. They're starting to be a little nicer. I think they're lightening up a little bit. Well, I haven't been here before, so we're not sure what they got in store. Anyway, we start here. If you love brutal mini golf courses so far, this is the one for you. Where Whalom Park used to be. If you Google Whalom, that's all you have to do, W-H-A-L-O-M. It'll put a dot in the middle where the amusement park used to be. And then literally just north of it is this place. Literally on the opposite side. Anyway, here's your start. And you got a hill. It's fairly flat, fairly consistent. There's a sand trap on the left. Don't know how you could possibly hit it. I probably could find the way. And there's a big hump over here that could help or hinder to get to the hole.
First shot. Going up the hill. There it goes. Way right to the hill. Very close to the hole. A little distant, but possible. This is for par. Can't hit it too hard or it'll go down the hill. Looks pretty good and got it. This is the half as of now. We've had quite a few bad ones, but quite a few good ones. The 3 over par at hole number 2 is just plain bad luck, but unfortunately, the 3 over at hole 6 was due to hitting the one-stroke penalty sand trap, plus a couple bad shots after, making that a +3. However, oddly enough, the 2 hardest holes, 3 and 4, which were par 3, both are 1 under. 8 and 9 are dead even at 0 apiece, meaning on par, which helps as well. We are at 28, and as you can see in the right, we are 8 over par, and the ideal score at this point would be 20. How will the second half go? Let's find out.
Wow, was that first half ugly. We had some good things going on. 4 of the holes were pretty good, but wow, when they stunk, they really stunk bad. Looks like they're being sympathetic now. They're getting easier, although that might be a setup. might be something mega brutal at the end. Hole 10, par 2. You got 2 ways to go. You go to the left of this berm or to the right of the berm. It's fairly flat on either side of it. Of course, there's a sand trap, and this time it's actual sand instead of the sand carpet. And a hill down to the hole. And this time, once you're here, you're pretty much not guaranteed to overshoot much.
First shot, aiming to the right, past the sand trap, bouncing off the wall, getting fairly close to the hole. Looks doable. This is for par. There it goes, and an invisible hill took it. The shadows hit a small hill for the bogey.
With the light and shadow, there's literally an invisible hill where the hole was. How cheap! This place is brutal. You think you got it made, and surprise, you don't. Tell you, if you really love super hard mini golf course, Lakeview mini golf and driving range, you gotta give it to them. Anyway, this is hole number 11. Yeah, I'm gonna look at the card. Par 2. Starting to overlook the roller coaster condo. And go straight. Now, to be frank, if you wind up going up this hill and onto this rough, you're doing something very, very wrong. Because, I mean, that's a very big hill. So you want to go to the left, and it seems to be simple enough to get to the hole. But there, I kind of see a slight uphill gradient where the hole is.
First shot, there is a straight path to the hole. Shot a little to the right, off the wall, and set up for par. This is for par, again, somewhat lengthy, and in it goes.
Hole number 12, par 3. I'm thinking the par 3s are ones where they have a ton of obstacles, and it's very likely you're going to hit them. Because it's not very far. It's a straight shot, sort of, because if you do go straight, ball's taking a bath. So you got to go to the sides one way or the other. You might want to go here and hit this berm. Hit it too much, there's your other penalty, real sand trap. And then again, down a big hill to the hole.
First shot, gonna aim for the middle. There it is, slightly left, around the berm, down the hill, and set up pretty good for a birdie. Going for the birdie. There's the shot, and it's too weak. Third shot for par, and par it is.
Lucky 13, par 3, and this time a par 3 for being more of the distance than an obstacle, although the signs of brutality are starting to show again. Basically, you gotta wind your way through the chicanes. You hit the sweet spot in the middle, you won't hit them. If not, the chicanes will bounce your ball around a little bit to where the hole is. But you don't want to overshoot again. I can't see this thing. So much glare. Again, if you overshoot, you got a downhill and another giant rock. Well, this one feels heavy. Oh, it's styrofoam. It's a styrofoam rock.
First shot, gonna aim slightly to the right, and there's the slight right, bouncing off the walls and the chicanes, but very close to the hole. Set up for a birdie. For the birdie. There it is, and way too hard. This is for par. Went down the hill. Up the hill it goes, and off to the side. Set up even worse. This is for bogey, and once again, another shot that's too weak. Double bogey.
Talk about a fence that's protecting mini golfers. No, that's not the height. That is the height. And we're talking about 50-footer there. Trying to hide the inner workings. Anyway, this is hole 14, par 3. Again, the par 3 seem to be more for obstacle-related issues than length outside of that one hole. You got two choices. You could narrowly avoid the water here or just take the risk of diving in there, or go to the right. Fortunately, there's a nice berm that'll help keep the ball on, but steep enough it might hit the water. Then some very unnoticeable holes or hills to the hole, but be careful. Right around here it banks down to this.
First shot. The right is the way to go. There it is, and just barely past the water. The berm carrying the ball further away from the hole. This is for birdie. There's the putt, and in the hole it goes.
Hole 15, par 3. Again, unless I missed a hole somewhere and everything is off, I really don't think that's the case. Got to remember that, I think I mentioned in the beginning, they took the flags out, so there's no way to truly tell, except you finish, follow the path. Anyway, it's a straight shot to the hole. You got these 4 styrofoam rocks to worry about. I'm telling you, outside of the patchwork that they did, they're very convincing. That's all it is, really. Straight shot to the hole, just some minor ups and downs here and there.
First shot, and down the middle it goes. Nice and slow, and bounces off the rock. Still lined up pretty well. Long shot for a birdie, but there it goes, and into the hole.
Yep, I did count right. I mean, sometimes there's multi-paths, and some of the paths aren't. Yeah, it's actually closed off by this border, but it's kind of like that. And some are kind of hard to distinguish, but I think my count is right. Hole 16, par 2. Then again, I'd really have to screw up to get it wrong. Anyway, can't be a straight shot to the hole. It's fairly flat. You got our friend one stroke penalty blue over there. So you want to either aim to the left, which will take you further from the hole, or aim to the right, and there's a berm that can help guide the ball, but if you hit it too hard, again, it may just go and take a bath. Other than that, it's a fairly flat and somewhat simple shot to the hole.
Lining up the shot, aiming to the right. There it goes, just enough for the berm to help. Very close to the hole. Tough shot. Going for par. There's the shot, and wide right.
Hole 17, par 3. Again, more for the obstacles than for the distance. Again, brutality. You got a downhill, uneven downhill. And then you hope to stay on this section, which is relatively flat. You don't want to go down this hill. That'll be hard. And you got a berm that can help or hurt you to get the ball into the hole. But again, you overshoot. Into the lake it goes, and add a stroke.
First shot, gotta stay somewhat right. And off to the left it goes, down the hill, down the second one, and oh no, into the drink. Second shot already for par and way too hard. Going for bogey, and slowly towards the hole, and in it went.
Neat water feature. pumped up in this fake rock. Yeah, you can see the stream there. Goes over the plexiglass and then down. This must be a sympathy hole. After all that punishment, hole 18, par 2. Just simply putt the ball to the hole. And you even have a berm to help make sure that you can get it done.
First shot, straight and simple. There it goes, off to the right, and over the berm. That'll make it hard. Going for par, difficult over a berm. There's the shot, and in it goes.
But wait, there's more. As if the brutality wasn't enough. Boy, was I surprised I got that one in 2. And they have this one clearly marked where the ball goes. We have a 19th hole. If you can get it in the hole that you can not really see, well, maybe you can see it. It's right there in between the two pieces of plywood. Yeah, I can see it in the viewfinder. It's definitely there. If you can make that miraculous shot, you win a free game. But chances are we're either going to wind up in the pit or a rollback, which counts as a fail. So if it rolls back or it doesn't make it through there, no free game.
Yeah, I had to point to where the ball was because it was literally impossible to see, even in person, whether or not it made it. But it was clear enough, at least from my point of view, that it literally hit the side of that opening and then just bounced right out and into the pit where I pointed out where it was. So no free game, but the second half wasn't terribly bad. Just another 3 over the limit. So we had a few -1s that were pretty good and some even pars. The most surprising was 18 with the berm in the way. That took me by surprise even then. And another surprise is I was only 1 over par on 17, the one where the ball just rolled into the water and it had multiple tiers, really fighting your chance of getting a decent score there. So in the end, we got a 54, and as you can see, 11 over par. And of course, underneath it, the 43 is the target par in which we were trying to hit, which we have achieved on hole number 14. So, yeah. Anyway, to describe the game, it went somewhat bad. This was, indeed, as I've mentioned quite a few times, a brutal place. And I'm not saying that it's a bad place. Would I come again? Definitely. When it'll be? Kind of like all the other places I've been outside of a few, who knows? But I do definitely recommend this place. And that is the game for today. This will conclude the 2020 season of Watch Me Suck at Mini Golf. Unfortunately, not from the usual place, but another place close to home. At Lakeview Mini Golf in Lunenburg, Massachusetts. This is George F551 saying, hope you enjoyed and have a good one.